It was a night swallowed by darkness. The village lay asleep under the cold sky, but one man, Ali, was walking alone down a deserted road. His footsteps echoed against the silence, and the wind carried an unnatural stillness. But he didn't know. Tonight would be his last. At the edge of the road stood an old, decayed graveyard. Its rusted gate creaked slightly in the breeze, and beyond it, the graves lay in an eerie slumber. Whispers, barely audible, drifted from within. Ali quickened his pace, ignoring the feeling that something was watching him. A voice, low, haunting, right next to his ear. Ali froze. He turned his head, but there was no one there. His heart pounded, but he forced himself forward. As he approached the graveyard, the gate groaned and swung open on its own. The air inside was heavy, suffocating. He felt an invisible force pulling him in. A freshly dug grave lay in the center of the cemetery. A lone, flickering lantern cast eerie shadows across its surface. He hesitated, then looked closer. His breath caught in his throat. His own name was carved on the gravestone. Ali stumbled backward, his legs trembling. Then, something cold wrapped around his ankle. He looked down. A skeletal hand had emerged from the grave and was gripping him tightly. The ground trembled. The grave started to crack open. A shadow, faceless, hollow, rose from within. It hovered above the earth, its presence suffocating, its empty eyes glowing red. Ali couldn't breathe. He couldn't move. The shadow lunged toward him with an ear. Then, silence. The next morning, villagers found Ali near the graveyard lying still. But when they touched him, his eyes snapped open. They were red. He was no longer Ali. And now, if you feel like something is standing behind you, whatever you do, don't turn around, because the shadow might have followed you too.